Hey guys, it's So Ambular, aka Amber Sosa, and in this video I'm just going to go more in depth about my struggles with anorexia nervosa. Basically everything started in January of 2012. I mean, throughout therapy I've realized that the ed voice was always with me at the age of 7, but it didn't get super loud until January, and that's when things kind of really shifted. But basically that's the time when I had to deal with my parents' divorce, switching schools, moving to a new home, and everything around me just seemed to be out of my control. So throughout therapy I realized that I wanted something to control, and I wanted to have control of something. So that's kind of how my eating disorder came to develop. I was able to control what I ate, what I burned off during exercise, what I didn't eat, and foods I stayed away from, just everything. That's kind of, it started off as, oh, I just want to be healthy, and then things got out of control. So it actually ended up not being in my control because Anna and Ed, aka anorexia and my eating disorder, they got to a point where I could no longer control them, and they controlled me. But it wasn't until actually a month ago where I came to that realization, and it wasn't until September of 2012 that I was actually diagnosed with anorexia nervosa. And before that, I just thought I was being healthy and just being cautious of what I ate and just exercising a lot more than usual because it was the healthy and fit thing to do. But then things kind of got out of hand, so I had to go start treatment in Run Through, which I started in late September, early October. I started off in IOP, which is 3 nights a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, from 5:15 to 8:45 p.m. And that's when they give us dinner. We do a bunch of therapy work and a bunch of groups with other girls. Then that ended up not being enough treatment. I went into day program, which is every day, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., breakfast and lunch, and more therapy groups. Then it wasn't until Thanksgiving actually was my lowest point. It was the time when I kind of realized that I may have a problem. I restricted completely that entire day because I couldn't exercise. The day after I had programs, so I just ate breakfast and lunch because they gave us it, but then dinner I completely restricted. And then that Saturday was my lowest point, and I remember it completely like it was yesterday. I decided to kind of try to beat the ed voice by having a vegan cupcake, which before my eating disorder, I would treat myself with once in a while. And I had a few bites of it and completely just broke down because I wanted to exercise, but my mom stopped me, and everything just seemed like it wasn't going the way I planned, and everything just went downhill from there. I had to go into the hospital because when my mom called Run Through, that's what they ordered her to do. And it was then that they decided to send me inpatient. So it wasn't until the Monday after that Thanksgiving that I went into residential in Philly, which is 24/7 care, and I stayed there for about 6.5 weeks. So I spent Christmas and New Year's Eve there. And then January 6th, I want to say, or January 10th was when I was released and came back home. And coming back home was not what I expected. It was a huge downhill once again. I just had a breakdown from being back home. The anxiety was overwhelming. But I was still in day, and then I went to IOP, then back to day, and then back to residential on March 29th, I remember, because it was Good Friday. And I spent Easter there and my birthday. And I stayed there for 7.5 weeks the second time around. Then I went back to day for a couple of weeks, and now I'm back in IOP for the 3rd or 4th time. And it's kind of getting annoying, and I just feel like all my life all my junior year has been treatment, treatment, treatment. I wasn't in school almost all year except for a couple months here and there, and it just has kind of motivated me to fight because I missed out on so much. I missed out on holidays, my birthday, getting my license on my birthday. It just is kind of frustrating, and it makes me angry that I have to deal with this eating disorder, but it also is a good thing because it's making me want to fight and just be stronger from this. So that's kind of at the point I'm at now, and I could not have done it without the love and support of my family and friends. So I thank you all if you're watching. And now to my NEDA team. The reason I decided to get involved and to create my own NEDA team for the October 6th walk is because I wanted to be an active part in this whole NEDA awareness, because throughout treatment I've seen so many girls get cut by insurance early or just not even be covered by insurance, and it just didn't seem fair that I was here with this great insurance and they had insurance that wouldn't even cover them for a week, and it just seems so unfair, which is why I want to be such a huge part of this NEDA awareness walk. The money is going to go to raise awareness to insurance companies and basically let them know that eating disorders are fatal and they're actually serious mental illnesses, and they're not just about weight, food, or wanting to be skinny. There's so much more to it. And I hope you yourselves get educated on this, and I hope my story gave you some insight on that and just makes you realize that it's not so simple and it's not something that you can snap someone out of by saying just eat. There's so much more to it, and I really hope you guys just take a couple minutes each day to get educated on what eating disorders truly are. And basically that's everything, but any info on how to register, join my team, or donate will be down below, so be aware for that. And thank you guys so much for listening and just supporting, and if you ever need any support because you or your loved one or family friend are dealing with such a horrible eating disorder, whether it be anorexia, bulimia, or binge eating disorder, or EDNOS, please don't hesitate to comment below, or I have an Ask FM where you can ask questions about what would be helpful or things like that, and I promise I'll try my best to help answer the questions to the best of my ability. But please don't hesitate, because reaching out is such a huge step, so please do that. And thank you once again for watching.